Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the Swear Word. I'm your host, Brandon Swear, and this is the podcast made by the Chilihead community for the Chilihead community. Regardless of your spice tolerance, this is the place for you. Hey, we have a phenomenal show up here tonight. We have 2 sauces on deck, an interview. We have Keep 5, Cut 5 back in the rotation, so jump on in, be a part of that. And hey, episode number 34 starts now. All right. Hey, welcome on in, Swear Nation. So glad to have y'all here. Already see the chat going off. Glad to have y'all here. And hey, man, if this is your first time checking out the show, thank you for being here. We are continuing to try to grow this here show on YouTube and on Instagram. So definitely share this around with other chili heads and individuals that are passionate and wanting to jump into the world of spice. So, hey, like I said, we have 2 sauces on deck tonight, and these are both from Irish Spike's unique hot sauce. And we have, those on deck for hot or not. And then we have Spike here as the guest interview, and we are going to be diving into everything that goes into his whole unique sauce creation. And, then we have Keep 5, Cut 5. Just very, very fine-tuned for Spike. So I think this is definitely going to be a fun one. And by all means, jump on in. Let us know if you have any questions. Fire those off whenever it comes time for the interview. And we'll get those teed up. As well as, hey, be a part of the game. Play Keep 5, Cut 5. So, hey, episode number 34. And let's go kick it on over to Hot or Not. All right, welcome into Hot or Not, and we have 2 amazing sauces here tonight. We have Giving Kitchen, and then we have the Queen of Hearts. So up first, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start with Giving Kitchen. So once again, these are from Irish Spike's unique hot sauce. Let me go ahead and get this seal off of here. All right, and just for anyone that is wondering, these are in nice squeeze bottles, easy to go, and they have the peel off top label, so before you get going, and man, I can already smell the amazingness that's going on in this Giving Kitchen sauce right here. So let's open it up and get a nice aroma. Oh, man. Just magical right off the bat. Sweet, definitely savory. It's got a depth of this amazing. It's not quite earthy, but it's a very unique, crisp yet earthy, savory note all rolling around in there. But I'm already kind of salivating just from smelling this. So let's dive on into Giving Kitchen. So here we go. Get a nice healthy pour going. Boom. Just like that. All right. And beautiful color on this sauce. You know, you got some specks of stuff going on in there. Ooh, making a drop. Here we go. Man. Amazing. Right off the bat, super savory, a nice kiss of peach, sweetness coming through, that tamarind coming through. Man, it's got almost like a hint of a smoky note, if you will. This is just amazing, amazing sauce. Unique is very, very fitting of this. So let's go ahead and talk about heat on this one. So if you're new to checking out Hot or Not, I do break things down differently. I don't do a 1 to 10 scale. I do 1 out of 5. And that's because I look at 5 different categories. Those categories are heat, aroma, flavor, versatility, and burn. I average those out and get us our total swear word rating. So, and if you're hearing this and you're like, hey, wait a minute, hold on, heat, why are you saying heat and also burn? Heat, I factor as that initial punch. Burn is where it sits, how it sits, and how long it stays with you. So, all right, let's talk about heat. Overall, if you are new to the world of spice, this is definitely going to be one that would be still friendly for you. You're going to notice that it has some heat to it, but man, that flavor is phenomenal and off the charts. So heat on this, if you're a chili head, it would be, I would say, low to medium on that. So let me go ahead and get that in here. And we will go ahead and go on over to aroma. Overall aroma, like I said, phenomenal. Love the overall, like this is one of those that as you're smelling it, you are already tasting it. Like my taste buds were fired up, ready to go. I was already picturing the sauce, but the overall aroma is just completely eclipsed by the flavor bomb that goes off with that smoky, that amazing savory, sweet peach tamarind rolling in. It is off the charts. So overall aroma and flavor, let's get that jotted down here. And we will jump into versatility. Versatility on this sauce. You know, I know you heard me say sweet, but this really isn't like an extremely sweet sauce by any stretch. So I could see this being very versatile. I could actually see this as well pairing very well with desserts. And it's not because it is just over the top sweet, but it has a nice clean break between sweet and savory here. And those savory notes would transfer very well in pairing with a dessert, as well as those sweet notes would also pair very well with just about anything else that you're eating. You know, one thing in particular that my mind is already going towards is an amazing combination into a salad dressing with this sauce, or on, well, in particular, I'm already picturing a chicken and corn and tortilla chips, shredded salad, amazing combination paired with that. Man, that's going to be off the charts. I can already tell you. So let's go ahead and jot down flavor and versatility, and we will get this on over. Burn-wise, let's talk about it. Overall burn, you get a little bit on the tongue, nothing too crazy, nothing in the back of the throat or in the chest or in the stomach. Overall, very entry-friendly. If you are looking to find a phenomenal flavor sauce with a nice kiss of heat, but not going to burn you down, definitely check out the Giving Kitchen hot sauce. It is phenomenal. And we will get this one on over there to producer Jeff here. Let's, let me make sure that's saved. There we go. And that should be heading on over. All right. So while we are having that one pulled up, let me go ahead and read off some ingredients to you. So ingredients on the Giving Kitchen Tamarind Peach is peaches, apple cider vinegar. Then we have water, sugar, lemon juice, salt, tamarind concentrate. We have habanero mash, onion powder, garlic powder, arrowroot, dried mint, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, black pepper, xanthan gum, and thyme. Man, arrowroot, I can picture it visually, but cannot say clearly that I know exactly what that tastes like. But I bet you that brings some of that unique complexity that I'm tasting in this sauce forward. Obviously, I'm very familiar with tamarind. Phenomenal stuff. And, the cinnamon is definitely carrying through, the allspice is carrying through, the nutmeg. That's giving you that nice complexity to this overall body of sauce. But phenomenal sauce. Definitely check this one out. And let's go ahead and get this one read off here. All right. And then with the purchase of this, just so everyone knows, 50 cents goes to from each bottle is going to the giving temp. It's going to the food service workers. So just to add that there. All right, so let's go ahead and read this off. Heat coming in at 3.1, aroma at 3.85, flavor at 3.9, versatility at 4.3, and burn at 2.85 for a total swear word rating of 3.6. Man, that is a great sauce, and definitely one you should check out. We'll have that link down below as well. And let's go ahead and jump on over into the Queen of Hearts. Once again, amazing squeeze bottle. Both of these as well, the overall presentation, the logo, the appeal, the artwork, very captivating, draws you in. It instantly makes you want to just grab the bottle and pick it up and see what's going on. So Queen of Hearts also has a killer, logo design on the outside. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this shaken up and let's get a good aroma going on. Oh, wow. That right there, that's going to be some dangerous stuff. I'm already thinking about marinades and everything. So, all right, aroma wise, right off the bat, you're getting a very clean, very crisp. It smells a lot of lemon and garlic and just amazingness. Fresh, herby nature going on here, but let's dive on in. You get just to also say before I mention that you do have some nice body to this overall sauce, so it does have some nice flow, but it also has you got some seeds and et cetera in there, so it's not just a straight sauce where it's just going to roll off. You got some nice sustenance to the overall body. Wow. All right. Right off the bat, savory to the max. The overall, seeds, pulp, etc., everything that's in there gives this great texture to the overall sauce. And as you're biting in and really kind of like letting that sauce kind of slosh around, you're getting this, multiple flavor burst of everything going on in there. And it is just this rotunda of, flavors going off. It is definitely herby. It is definitely light. It's definitely citrusy. You're getting a nice, what tastes like a garlicky note going on here. Almost a hint of like an umami undernote to the overall pairing. So I would assume the combination together is bringing that forward. But let's go ahead and talk about heat. So right off the bat, once again, if you are, new to eating spicy, this is going to be another great sauce for you to jump on into. It's not going to really burn you down. It'll let you know that it's there, and it will definitely bring that heat forward, and let you know if you are new, you'll still get that nice kick along with a ton of flavor. If you're a chili head, you're going to pick this up. It's also going to be a nice, low heat / medium heat. It is going to be overall a phenomenal sauce for pairing. Like my mind is already running towards like marinades. Once again, I'm definitely diving in on this with some salads, some sandwiches, and it is going to be, a go-to grab for those for the next week or so. That's for sure. I cannot see this lasting too long. I will be consuming this pretty fast. Let me go ahead and jot this down before I get too carried away with explaining everything. But and let's go here. And then flavor, I already jotted that down or mentioned that, so let's jot that down. And versatility. This is a very versatile sauce. The main differentiator that I would say from this sauce compared to the Giving Kitchen is the Giving Kitchen. I can see myself actually using that on some desserts, as to where, the Queen of Hearts, I'm not really going to gravitate that sauce towards a dessert. It is just so complex and so savory, and it's just this giant flavor bomb that I don't think it really yields itself best in that light. So versatility wise, I don't think that that's very limiting, because not many sauces are geared towards going on desserts. But let's go ahead and get that there. Let's talk burn. So overall, you're getting a little bit in the back of the mouth, towards like midway of the tongue back, not quite to the throat, but in that range, but not really anywhere else. So once again, if you're new, this is going to be a very safe sauce for you. If you're a chili head, this is going to be a phenomenal flavor sauce with just a kiss of heat. So let's go ahead and get that jotted down and on over. And let's get that right off. Ingredient wise, here we go. So we have white vinegar, lemon juice, habanero mash, filtered water, sugar, minced garlic, extra virgin olive oil, salt, cracked black pepper, thyme, crushed red pepper, cayenne, arrowroot, onion, and xanthan gum. Once again, that arrowroot in there, very interested. Now I'm intrigued. I want to go try arrowroot as an individual ingredient so that I have a point of reference of what that actually tastes like. But that's starting to notice a nice signature, if you will, with between these two sauces as some consistencies. But man, I love olive oil in my hot sauces. I think it brings a nice shine to the overall sauce. Honey kind of brings that same nice shine that you're looking for. But I love the overall, what it does to the texture of the sauce from the mouthfeel. But loving the minced garlic, and you're really picking up that salt and cracked black pepper and thyme. Overall, phenomenal sauce. Definitely have the links for everything down below. And let's go ahead and get this one right off. All right. So for heat, we have that one coming in at a 3. And then we have aroma coming in at a 4. We have flavor at 4.3. Versatility at 3.7. And burn at 2.85 for a total swear word rating of 3.57. Man, phenomenal sauces. Definitely go check these out. Irish Spike's unique hot sauce. We'll have the links for everything down below. But hey, let's go ahead and get on over to the interview. Hey, Spike, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Thank you for the sauces. I'm glad you liked them.
Oh man, they're so good. Honestly, the Giving Kitchen one, I could easily just go grab my straw and just plop it in there and go to town. But I know I'll refrain, because I know my wife is already texting me saying that she's definitely wanting to try some of these sauces before I go too crazy on them. So.
Well, I can't take all the credit for that one. I did that one with Andrew Zimmern. So it was really nice to be able to collaborate with one of my heroes.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Well, and that's what I was noticing on some of your sauces as well. So how many sauces have you actually done collaborations on?
3 right now. I maybe more than that, but 3 pretty much. I did our Angry Zen is I did with Chef Orrin Ford out of Pullman. He owns a ramen shop, so it's a ramen hot sauce. And then for Alton Brown, when he did his tour, I did his Holiday from Heck hot sauce 2 years in a row. I don't know if we're doing it this year or not, but we did it 2 years in a row. It was a lot of fun.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, no, it's It's always interesting to glance through the overall portfolio, take a look at the label artwork, and you have such a phenomenal job at we talk about it a lot, the overall eye appeal and what it delivers, and really being able to drive home, the idea that I got to reach out and grab this bottle because, man, like you just captivated me while I was walking by, and you do a phenomenal job at delivering that.
Thank you. We contract with artists all over the world. The lemon pepper actually is from the art was from Alison Mosshart, the lead singer of The Kills and the Dead Weather. So that was lucky. I just sent her an email and she said, "Yeah, sure. I love hot sauce." You know, I've been a fan of The Kills for 20 years. I kind of lost my shit for a little bit. Oh, am I allowed to? Oh, of course.
Yeah, you're allowed. You're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Pretty awesome to be able to do that. And Eric Wilson did the art for the Giving Kitchen sauce.
Okay. Yeah. Phenomenal job there. Something I always like to lead off with, and it's just to get a good understanding of kind of what drove you into the world of spice, if you will. So like, what was that initial moment that your first dance with, spicy food in general? And then kind of what was it that catapulted you to where you are now?
My mom didn't like any, I mean, garlic was too spicy for her. Literally, she would say, "There's too much garlic in there. I can't eat it." And my dad was the exact opposite. And at first, when I was a little kid, of course, I followed what my mom did. And then somewhere along the line, I just started eating the spicier foods that my dad gave me. And I remember watching football and him handing me little pickled jalapenos, and I was eating those. And he was like, good son, And then I became a chef, and I worked at several different places. I found myself working at this bar in Eugene, really cool little hippie sports bar. The only kind of place like that you would find is in Eugene. My wing night on Monday night got busier than Saturday night at this bar. We couldn't keep wings in the place. They would sell out 2,500 wings every Monday by 7:00. And it was just because of the sauces I was putting on it. And they wanted me to open my own wing place, but I thought, I don't have the money for that, but I can start with the sauces. So that's it.
Very nice. Okay. That's got to be, from the culinary side of things, being able to toss together these sauces that are really resonating with all those individuals that are coming to the establishment to eat, and really to drive a crowd on a Monday like that has got to be, something that's super cool and fulfilling and satisfying all at the same time.
Yeah, I'd finally kind of found what I'd been looking for a long time. I'm like, oh, I can make sauce. That's my thing. So yeah.
Very nice. Okay. And so as far as your overall direction for inspiration, where does that come from? Like where do you drive the inspiration on these very unique and what we would consider more uncommon in the average hot sauce ingredient wise?
So, I should clarify. Arrowroot is a thickener, so you wouldn't be able to taste it.
Okay.
It's a thickener. I like so arrowroot stands up to acid better than a lot of other thickeners. In the hot sauce world, thickeners are there's some controversy about that. I like them because I want to get the right texture.
Yep.
And arrowroot with a little bit of xanthan gum, I feel like gives a lot of good texture to the sauce. So that's why I use it. I'm one of the few. I've seen only a couple other hot sauce companies use arrowroot.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of those ingredients that just as I was reading that off, I was like, man, I don't think I was like, I know I've seen this, but I can't recall where I've seen this before. I just don't know what it tastes like. But no, that makes a lot more sense. And yes, I am a very strong believer in not only is the overall appeal of the visuals, the smell, aroma, etc., and the flavor, but really nailing the texture is the overall like trifecta. Well, I guess that would be more than a trifecta at that point, but you get what I'm saying. It's the complete package delivered whenever you're able to nail the texture component.
Yeah, and that's it. As coming from the culinary world, I want everything to present well. So that's why I kind of do everything I do. As far as for inspiration, it comes from a lot of places. My wife does the shopping because I think by the end of the year we'll have over 40 sauces.
Okay.
And some of them are like once a year, but we've got a lot, and I keep creating sauces. And so I don't go grocery shopping. My wife does, because they really want me to stop creating sauces. Hard to keep them in our place. But I get them from other places. I've mentioned this before, but I was watching a British mystery show with my kid, and in the show, somebody had a watermelon curry. It was in the Caribbean, and they had a watermelon curry. I'd never heard of that before. What's coming out in a few weeks here. It'll be one of our premium sauces.
That sounds phenomenal. I do love watermelon in general, but what was it? I had it was like a watermelon. It was a mixer per se, more so than anything, but it had a very unique. It had a very unique blend of spices with it, and it was just a base mixer that you could use, and that caught my attention. And as you're saying that, I can only imagine how well that would lend itself to, a curry, a hot sauce in general, because it's just such a refreshing, savory, flavor and note going on in there that I would imagine pairs very well with, some more complex and even potentially taming down something that would be a bit harsh.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of roasted tomato in there, fire roasted tomato, and Scotch bonnet. I felt was going to be perfect with it, and it really was. The Scotch bonnet just shines with it.
Very nice. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. Okay, we'll be definitely on the lookout for that. As far as your bottling, how long have you been doing the squeeze bottles? I mean, I love it because I don't ever have to worry about breaking it, right? First and foremost, but it also gives that great appeal of being able to get it out instead of shake it out.
Yeah, we started that a little over a year ago. We started over, and we're still kind of in the middle of it. It was a real pain in the neck because we've got 2 of everything right now. And we're finally starting to work our way through the glass bottles. And we're, I think, about a third to maybe halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
I like them a lot better. I got to tip my hat to Bobby from Bobby's Boat Sauce. She really gave me a lot of information. And I was inspired originally, of course, from Secret Aardvark, who uses the same types of bottles.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, that once again, you're highlighting and touching on the fact that something we talk about and try to highlight a lot here, which is the overall positivity and the brotherhood and just like the camaraderie that's built and the knowledge transfer. It's great to be able to see, this love, this passion and care really be able to not only just resonate from the individual sauce maker, but then that knowledge base continue to translate out and boost up others, because I'm a very firm believer in, all ships rise in high tides. And so it's great to see. So
as was put to me early on from Secret Aardvark, actually, they said community over competition, and I live by that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, whenever you're seeing, oftentimes people don't look at it this way, but whenever you're seeing, someone to your left or to the right of you crushing it, it's bringing in others to the community, and it's driving attention and it's driving positivity, which then ends up translating to everyone else also gaining from that overall positivity and attention. So, yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Okay, so we'll touch on. I do want to touch on this as well. So you're also a podcaster as well.
Yes.
You have your show as well with that, and it's Flavor Balance Heat. Now, how long have y'all been doing that? And what's the overall, I guess share with everyone here what the overall expectation, what they can expect from checking out your podcast.
So it started. Zach Perkins from High Desert Sauce Co. And we would get on the phone and complain about a lot of the sauce makers that weren't necessarily doing everything up to code. They weren't getting FDA approved, and they were selling across state lines, things like that. And it degrades our industry when they're not legal sauces. And we would complain about it enough that I thought one day, why don't we just do a pod? I mean, we're sitting here talking anyway. We'll do a podcast and talk about the right way to do things. And so that's why we always have a lot of sauce makers on, and we ask information. It's about the process, because that's what it needs to be. We need to kind of be the example for the new people coming in, like, oh, that's how you do this. Because a lot of us don't have a clue. You come in, you don't get any information, and so you're kind of stumbling your way through. You get 1,000 different answers for the same question, and until you find the right one, you're doing everything wrong. So
yeah,
that's our goal.
That sounds nice too, because I mean that's once again just speaking to the idea of a overall basis of a knowledge transfer. You're educating those that are on there, you're educating those that are listening. And to your point, if someone is starting out and they don't really know, what they may not know what they may not know, right? And so jumping in there and being able to pick up nuggets of knowledge throughout y'all's podcast could really be the thing that helps them catapult to the next level. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I got a message from somebody this morning, like, hey, what's the water activity supposed to be in my sauce? And water activity is free water that's not attached to salt or sugar. It's open. That can have mold in it, because the mold is everywhere. And it can cause it'll actually eat the acidity, drop the acidity in the bottle, and cause it to ferment, and then it's not what it was supposed to be. So I found in the FDA CFRs, I found it, sent it to them, and it took me a second, and they knew where to go to ask that question. Now, if I didn't know, I'd send them, honestly, to Claire. Claire's our other co-host. She came in November. It's Claire George out of Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. Phenomenal sauces. And so with the three of us, that's our goal, is just to make the industry as good as it can possibly be.
Okay. Very nice. And okay, so from that standpoint, to stay on, I guess, the topic of sauce and educational purposes, tying back to your personal preference with that, do you personally enjoy fermented or cooked sauces whenever you're thinking up a recipe?
I prefer cooked sauces. Fermented sauces, I don't dislike them, but they have a taste that is not as pleasant to me as most people. The umami is great, but there's something else there that for me I don't care for as much. Now, I like other fermented ingredients in sauce. We do a couple black garlic sauces. Those work very well. Finding other fermented ingredients is great. But as far as fermented peppers, there's so much of it in the sauce that whatever that thing is comes through to me.
Okay. Do you, I guess along that note, do you feel like you're getting, because I know oftentimes with a lot of this process, what you're doing is you're getting, whether that be a high salt content, is that like what you're talking about? Is like you find yourself battling a little bit of an imbalance that you're trying to work out with the rest of the ingredients, or?
No, I know a lot of people that have great fermented sauces, but given the choice between the two, there's something in all of them that I've had that I prefer going to the cooked sauces. I'm not sure what it is. Now, as far as salt, I have a formula for me that, because salt is so important. And I got to tell you, for any sauce makers out there, if you're making a hot sauce and you're not putting salt in it, or you're putting very low salt in it, you're killing the food you're putting it on. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, because if you have a perfectly salted, say, piece of chicken and you put an undersalted sauce on there, you've now undersalted the dish. And so, yeah, you're going to get some heat, but you're actually taking away the seasoning that it has. So,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense too. And yeah, I mean, I can think of times where I've tried to combine, say, a hot sauce into whether it be another sauce or a dressing or whatever, and ultimately, I know what each ingredient or which each product tastes like itself. And yeah, to that point, there's times where I'll combine certain things, and I'm like, it's not quite the same anymore. It's got the heat that I wanted, but it's not. In to your point, very well possible could be, just as you were saying, an imbalance that ends up occurring in that process.
well, and there's nothing more disappointing. I mean, really, for me, there's nothing more disappointing than a genius sauce that has no salt in it. It's like going to a great movie and it has a terrible ending.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough, definitely. And all that to say as well, I understand that there's some people that they do that for a health reasons as to why they look at salt in a reduced manner. But yes, for something that's going to be out there in the mainstream, et cetera, and that be a differentiator, if that is your key differentiator, then like maybe that's your thing. But just to randomly pull it on a few sauces is, yeah, it could be. I can see where that could be really weird. While we have I see we have quite a few new people jumping in. Want to say thank y'all for being here. If y'all have any questions for Spike, please send those on in. We'll get those pulled up here. And yeah, definitely want to say thank y'all for being here. And glad to see the chat's going crazy. So all right. All right. So you said you're coming up on about 40 different sauces. And those, some of those are rotating. Do you ever find yourself really kind of just questioning the idea of retiring some of these, or is it just always something that once you've created it, you've always want to kind of bring it back at some point?
I've retired. One completely was a bad idea on my part. I thought it would be really funny to do we live in a college town, so I thought it'd be great to do an energy drink hot sauce. And it was a really good sauce. It was an energy drink I found called Coffee Pop out of the and it was out of Seattle area, and they're great people. And we partnered up. I made this sauce. It was really, really good. But everybody that saw energy drink hot sauce saw Red Bull. And the idea of that as a hot sauce didn't appeal to anybody. So we sold enough just to give it to people that had tasted it. But other than that, they just didn't sell. Now, other sauces, there's a few that I will like. Some of them I'll retire. Last year we have a whiskey and coffee called Red Eye, or had one called Red Eye, and it was whiskey and coffee with Arbol, and I retired it as Red Eye, but brought it back as a premium. So I got to add more whiskey. I get to really chef it up a little bit. And that by doing that, I spend a lot more time, I get in the kitchen and really do it up. And so we can charge a little bit more for that. We did the one we did tonight we had a black coffee mole called Unholy Mole. We've now revamped that, and this week we'll be launching it as Queen of Darkness.
Okay. I love the name on that. And the energy drink concept is very interesting. So to me, the second you said that, all I could think of was like carbonated in the bottle, ready to go, and I'm just like, whenever you mention it, I'm picturing Red Bull, I'm picturing Monster, like that type of a flavor profile, and I'm just like I can't visualize my taste buds are having a hard time trying to picture essentially what that would come out like. But
I'll fix that for you.
Okay.
So take away the energy drink. That was my biggest failure with that. And put in coffee and soda. You've seen soda used with barbecue. Mm-hmm. Throw in that smokiness of a barbecue, but with a little bit of heat. And that's the sauce. Now does it appeal to you?
Okay. Yeah, I can see that one working out very well because once again, it's like as
Totally
you were
failed
saying,
on marketing.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's yeah. You don't. It's one of those things, and I'm a firm believer of it too. I would rather jump in and do it and learn along the way than to hold on to it and never
Yeah.
let it see the light of day. So, no, I mean, definitely nothing wrong with getting out there and trying it and learning from it and making some adjustments on the fly.
And it's a great joke now.
Yeah.
My employees make fun of me about that one. This isn't going to be another coffee pop, is it? you know? So
Okay. Okay. Hey, Jeff, do we have comments ready for some? Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were grabbing some of those. All right. Let's get some of those pulled up here. So from Tom Broom. All right, I'm gonna read this off. There are multiple types of plants, including cycads, that has the common name arrowroot. What plant is being used in this sauce?
whatever the arrowroot I get is, I have no idea. I just order arrowroot. I get it from a really good company, but I have no idea. I didn't know there were different types.
Okay.
I think most people don't know that. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Tom is extremely knowledgeable, not only about peppers but also cycads. So whenever he said that it's commonly found there, that definitely makes sense. That would resonate well with him. Let's see here. All right, so from Conjured Vapors Peppers, we have Spike. What is your overall favorite ingredient?
That's a hard one. I mean, if you were to ask me my favorite pepper, it would be kind of split between habanero and ghost. But favorite ingredient, probably garlic and minced garlic. You see a lot of minced garlic in our sauces because we get dried minced garlic and then it sucks up all that flavor and you get the garlic and the flavor. And as we blend it, you get chunks and then you also get blended garlic. It just is beautiful.
Yeah, the Queen of Hearts is a very, very clear indicator of that because, as I was saying, I like to, as I try it, I'll take in the initial spoonful and I like to slosh it around a bit, kind of like a wine. And really, as that garlic was like hitting the sides of my mouth and my tongue, it was just this flavor pop over and over again of these different complexities going off. It was a phenomenal, overall effect on that sauce.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we've touched on. Oh, okay. We have another question that we'll have pulled up here in a second. So we've touched on the podcast side of things, the sauce side of things. So I wanted to talk about. So you're also you have Vandal peppers. What exactly is Vandal peppers?
So I talked about how in Eugene I had decided to start my own hot sauce company. I actually went back to we are a company out of Moscow, Idaho. I called my old boss. Her name's Jill. She's great. She ran this restaurant that I was a sous chef at 14 years ago, I think now. And I said, Jill, I want to make hot sauce when chef's not in. She said, get here now. And so part owner of that restaurant with her is a guy named Kevin. He's my business partner now. And he saw me starting to make it there. And he said, well, I got the Vandal pepper sauce at the other place. Why don't you make Vandal pepper sauce for me and then make your own? So I ran both companies separately for about 4 years. And then in 2022, we merged and became one company. So Vandal Pepper is just a different brand under we're the Hottest Life company, LLC.
Okay. It makes sense. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense also to not just ditch one or the other after they've already had, a lifespan, if you will, going on. Kind of like that whole, well, not exactly, but you kind of have that similar draw to how like, GM has Chevy, GMC, et cetera,
Yes.
Buick. And so while they're all all essentially the same family, it's a different look, but yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
I think of the two sauces as like the Vandal pepper sauce is more corporate. All the labels are very similar. Instead of everything being different. And if you were to put it into movie terms, it would be the standard action movie or whatever. And our other ones, I like to think of those as like the one I'm trying to get an Oscar for.
Okay.
Those are the
Okay.
Irish Spikes.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And I mean, between the artwork and the names and everything, I can definitely see that that being the case. You're really telling more of a story there. All
Yeah,
right.
and I like both kinds of. I like action movies and I like Oscar winners, so I'll take both.
Yeah, there you go. I'll read this question off here. And so from Jeffrey Jared, we have tell us about the signature red glasses.
I've actually so I've got black glasses and blue glasses, but I wear a red suit to our farmers market, and it's kind of become my signature. If I don't wear a red suit, then everybody's asking me where the red suit is, and so I wear these red glasses with the red suit, and
Okay,
that's the thing.
very nice,
Thank you.
very nice. No, they. I know on the images they sent over that we used for the promo post, the red glasses definitely bring a nice pop to the overall image as well. And you know, pairing with the overall show's theme of this red, white, and black, it goes perfectly. Oh, there's the red suit.
Oh, yep, yep. That's it. That was the day before farmers market started this year.
There we go. All right. Well, hey, why don't we do this? Will we are we good for the game? All right, let's go ahead and fire on over to keep five, cut five.
All right.
All right. Hey, welcome on in. If this is your first time checking out Keep Five, Cut Five, this is going to be a fun game where everyone can play along. So it's very simply there's 10 images on the screen. We're going to run through these here in a second. I'll read them off for those that are just audio listening. And then we're going to keep five and we're going to cut five. The best practice here is to alternate between the keeps and the cuts. Otherwise, it goes rather quick. But let's get these read off here. So first up, number 1 is papaya. Number 2 is dragon fruit. Number 3 is agave. Number 4 is mushrooms. This one in particular, it's a picture of shiitake. And then number, what is that? 5 is the truffles. And then number 6 is olive oil. Number 7 is beets. Number 8 is tamarind. Number 9 is dates. And number 10 is rosemary. All right, so there's a theme here, and the idea for this game was rather unique, less common, ingredients that you would find. Some maybe a little bit more common than others. I didn't want to put peppers here. I didn't want to put core ingredients here. The idea is crafting a very fun and unique sauce, or it could be maybe ingredients for 2 different sauces, etc. But just to kind of see what ingredients that call to you.
Got it. Okay. Well, this is easy as far as keeping 5 and cutting 5 because truffle's out. We on Flavor Balance Heat, we call ourselves the anti-truffle crew. Dragon fruit I like, but I wouldn't take that either. So those 2 are out. Papaya.
All right.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm going to hold off on that one.
Hold on. Let's get some X's on this. So number 5 is out, Jeff. And then you said so after truffle, which one was
dragon fruit? Yeah, I'll take that out.
Okay, number 2 is out. All right, so let's grab 2 keeps.
Let's go with olive oil.
Okay, so number 7.
Yeah, and rosemary.
And then number 10, we're gonna keep. Such an amazing duo right there, because you can really just draw out so much flavor.
Well, I'm tempted to keep the beets, but I'm not going to because I'm seeing a dish that I'm seeing 2 different sauces that could go together. So I'm going to get rid of the beets.
Okay. And then
I'm
8?
going to, yeah. and I'll get rid of the uh, agave.
Okay. So that's number 3 we're getting rid of.
And
All right.
yeah.
And then keeping, well, let's do 2 keeps.
All right. Let's go with
Yes.
the dates.
Okay. Keeping dates. So number 9.
Oh, I just realized I wanted to keep 6 and I didn't realize it.
Oh,
All right. So we're
we
going to
can
go
shuffle.
with, let me see here.
We can shuffle. And while he's looking at this, definitely fire off in the chat and let us know what you would keep.
I'll keep the mushrooms.
Okay.
And then I'm going to keep the tamarind.
Okay. Keeping number 8. And then cutting the papaya.
Right, so, yeah, cut the papaya. That was a hard one. I wanted to keep that too, but can't keep everything.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the overall thought process between these for the keeps at least?
Well, the olive oil and the rosemary are definitely going to go together with the mushrooms. Those would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And the tamarind and the is sour along with the sweet of the dates, I think is fantastic.
Yep.
And you can do a lot with that.
Yep.
I wanted to keep the papaya with those too. I thought that would be really good. Matter of fact, that gave me an idea.
You know, papaya is amazing, and I know there's a lot of people that they look at this both ways. So there's the side of the aisle that people say don't eat the papaya seeds, and then there's the side that say do. I'm of the nature of do, and I think they taste phenomenal when blended up with the actual flesh of the papaya, and really you're getting that nice. It's not quite a pop, but it's not a hard, it's not a hard object that's just going to like crack your tooth or whatever. It's got a very unique texture to it, and I love it so much. But okay.
I would agree. It depends on what I'm doing with it, but I do like them.
Okay. Well, hey, that was a keep 5, cut 5. That was a very fun game, and definitely.
I like that.
An interesting insight on how you view your ingredients. So definitely thank you for that. So all right, what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and talk about the nugget of knowledge. So this is what we'll gear this one towards is, so as a sauce maker, what would be one nugget of knowledge that you would give someone that's either just starting or they have started and they're trying to, bring everything together?
Better food handling class. Take a better food handling class. It's going to help you get everything else in line.
All right. That is a very solid advice right there. And, something that's very doable for anyone that is, interested in this and they want to make this their career, their passion, jump on into some classes and build up that knowledge base. All right.
There you go. I should mention it's the FDA Better Food Handling class. They've got one in Tennessee and a really good one in North Carolina State. Those ones are the ones that you want to take. It's not like just a general food card in a state.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that'll definitely help gear those people towards the right direction as well. So appreciate that. All right. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and we'll go with the hot seat nomination, and then from there we'll talk about where everyone can find you. So who would you like to put on the hot seat
nomination would my partner in crime. It's Zach Perkins from High Desert Sauce Co.
All right, Zach. Hey, I'll be reaching out to you likely either tomorrow or the next day to start figuring out a time to get you on the schedule and have you on the show. And all right,
that's great.
So now, where can everyone find you? And obviously, we tried your sauces here tonight. We'll have all the links down below. But for those that are just listening to us on the audio track, how can they find you and where can they get your sauce?
Saucegauntlet.com. That's where we're at, and I've got everything there: Vandal pepper sauce, Irish spikes, and a lot going on there. So.
All right. And any socials that they should be following you at, or?
Yeah, we're Irish Spikes at everything. So TikTok, IG, Facebook. I don't think we don't do a couple of the others, but I think that's and we're on Twitter, but I never use it.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, Spike, it has been awesome having you on. I've had a blast being able to pick your brain, learn about your overall passion for these, what drove you down the path of being able to create so many of these amazing sauces, your drive for these unique ingredients and how they all fit together. And man, really being able to see the personality and the body come through, not only in the sauces, but as you're explaining things. And it's been an honor having you on, and definitely look forward to having you on again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It would be nice to have you on Flavor Balance Heat as well.
Absolutely. Count me in.
There we go.
All right. Let's go ahead and close out the show. All right. Hey, Swear Nation, thank y'all so much for being a part of this show, being live in the chat, playing along in the games. I know I saw quite a few combinations pop up as far as what y'all would keep. And man, we are trying to continue to grow this over here. So by all means, share this with other like-minded chili heads and even individuals that are just like, they're wanting the idea of what it's like to be in this community. Because really being able to show the love, the brotherhood, the knowledge transfer, all of the above, and just show that it's not this, hey, if you can't eat this hot, then stay away. It's not that here. So definitely continue to share this with others. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. We had 2 phenomenal sauces on deck for Hot or Not, and it was a phenomenal show with those. Definitely check those out in the links down below, as well as being able to, just connect on Irish Spike's Unique Hot Sauces socials and continue to keep up with all of the upcoming sauces that will be either in rotation or newly released. So, yeah. Hey, if you're looking to grow your brand, start your brand, if you've hit a roadblock and you're trying to figure out what to do, highly recommend, checking out podvision.io for all your needs there, and let them know that Brandon sent you. And hey, this has been an amazing episode. Episode number 34 is in the books. I'm Brandon Swear, and from everything from the world of hot, this has been the Swear Word.